Is your watch giving you?
It's probably going to give me a letter or something here soon.
Can I test the mic?
I got it.
Can you just test?
Yeah. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Keep talking.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Thanks for coming out. Testing 1, 2, 3. Good. Thank you. 4. Audio good?
Modern technology, and what do? We go right back to the old technology.
Right back to chords. Mm-hmm. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Good. Action.
Well, Christian, I just need you to just like look into the camera and say, "My fellow Americans."
Ain't gonna happen, my friend.
We're good on
Too late. Oh, good? All right. Thanks, guys.
My fellow Americans.
All right. We ready?
All right, speaker tonight will be Sheriff.
Oh, no, I said,
Oh, there's you. Okay.
Yeah.
I said that's Alexia.
Oh, okay. What was the good?
Is wrong. JSO vibrate.
I'm up. I'm upstairs. What's it?
Good evening. Yeah, you ready? Good evening. Thank you all for coming out tonight. First of all, I just want to say thank you to the officers that work these streets, that work Jacksonville as hard as they do every night in Jacksonville, and work for this community every single night to try to make sure that we keep this community safe. It's very important. I know we hear the cliche, and people think it's a cliche that officers just want to go home safely every night, but there's no testament like what happened tonight. So at 5:30 this afternoon, there was a burglary to a residence on our north side of town, very close to where this entire incident happened. The officers were following up that burglary. At about 6:30 p.m., they located a suspect or in a suspect vehicle in the 1800 block of Hardee Street. They approached the vehicle, spoke to a resident of the house at that location, found out who was inside the vehicle. They tracked some equipment or some things that were stolen from that burglary to that location. They approached the vehicle. There's 5 officers involved. They approached the vehicle, and when they got to the vehicle, they formulated a plan, but they looked on top of the car, and on top of the car there was a handgun on top of the car. It was still unknown why that handgun was on top of the car. They removed that handgun, put it toward the back of the vehicle, and then began talking about making a plan on how they were going to have a discussion with the individual that was sleeping on the back seat on the inside. They made a plan, decided to open the door, not go inside the vehicle, but open the door and have a conversation with him. When they opened the door, they asked him to show them their hands on several different occasions, probably 7 or 8 times from different officers. And they asked him also to get out of the car. Well, he refused to get out of the car and kept saying, just turn the light off and get the light out of my face so I can see. And during the conversation, for an unknown reason, he fired off a shot and grazed one of our officers, wounded him on the left side of his face. Officers returned fire, all 5 of them, striking him several times, killing him at the scene. Our state attorney's office is on scene. They're here with us now, investigating this case. We are investigating this case. All the officers have been placed on administrative leave per policy, and we are focused on making sure that we get to the bottom of all this entire incident. Again, I'll say we're fortunate that we didn't lose an officer tonight. I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful that they are here to continue to work and serve this community. And I'll answer any questions that I can answer at this time.
The burglary that you mentioned around 5:30, was that on the same block?
It was very close. It was about 2 blocks away.
Do we know the condition of the officer right now?
He's currently in the hospital, but he's going to get released tonight.
Sheriff, what was your initial reaction when you found out that one of your men was hit by a bullet?
Well, I was talking to the group here, and I was telling them I was going to have dinner. And when I got the phone call, I lost my appetite. Got dressed and came out immediately, went to the hospital to see him. And, you just get that sick feeling because you don't want to lose an officer in the line of duty. That was my concern. So went straight to the hospital. Once I got a chance to see him, I was much better, but it was extremely close, extremely close.
I know you said that there were some stolen items that were traced back. I'm assuming these were probably electronic items.
One was a bicycle and one was an electronic item.
Okay, which was traceable back to this.
That's correct.
And when they got there, they saw a gun on top of the car, the suspect's car?
Yes.
Okay. And it was at that point they were trying to figure out, okay, best way to kind of approach the situation.
Well, you don't want to just go in someone's car, right? You need permission to be able to do that, but you do want to, you're investigating the case, so we want to open the door and be able to talk to them, have a conversation with them. And it was through that, after that conversation, he just shot for no apparent reason.
Has local law enforcement had any dealings with this individual before?
He's had he's had several dealings with local law enforcement, and he's got some issues that he's dealing with. We'll identify him later for you guys, but he's had several dealings with local law enforcement.
As far as the shelter in place, kind of what made you guys come to that decision as far as the neighborhood? We know that this crime, the scene was pretty dense just in general. What led you guys to make that decision by chance? Well,
at that point, you don't know if there's anyone else involved, and you want to make sure you're able to keep everyone safe. So you don't want people running out, and there's officers. It's a tense scene. There's officers out there, and you don't want any room for any accidents. So we wanted to make sure we did that.
Sheriff,
I think it's very important.
Too early to ask, but I'm asking you, how soon can we see body/dash cam video?
So we are, as you know, we rolled out a transparency policy, and we're going to work toward getting that out as quick as possible. We want to do it. We've put a time clock on ourselves within 21 days. So if we can do it sooner, we'll do it. It's a coordinated effort, right? State Attorney's Office has to look at it. They have to make sure that they are comfortable with us releasing it. It's our evidence, but we want to work and make sure that they have everything they need to conduct their investigation. And once we get that notification, we put it together and we'll release it.
Did you say that he was sleeping in the car?
Yes.
Thank you, Sheriff.
All right, thank you.